Hello and welcome to this video from Sorare Assist. Want to know which players are going to get you those all-important points at a budget price? Then make sure you stick around, because I've been scouting every region and I'll be sharing my findings in this video today. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. If you're looking for the Sorare tutorials, scouting and other Sorare content, then you're in the right place. If you found this video useful, then please push that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel by pushing that big red button below and ping that notification bell to be the first to be alerted about any new content. If you haven't signed up to Sorare yet, then what are you waiting for? Get signed up using the link below to get a free rare card and 10 common cards. If you have any questions or thoughts about today's videos, then please drop them in the comments below. Right, now that's out of the way, let's get stuck into today's content. So in this video series, I'll be highlighting budget options in every region over a number of weeks. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be highlighting players in regions and also in leagues as well in each videos, depending on how many budget options I've come up with in each category. All these players are around or below £100 at the time of recording. Some are as low as £30 and at most £150 for maybe strikers or more elite players. These players are all good enough to hit the ETH thresholds in most weeks, even if you're using a common keeper. These selections also tie in with my video on building a Sorare team from zero to hero, where the principle was to use 4 rare cards and a common keeper to get those ETH thresholds most weeks. A link is in the description below if you do want to watch that. So due to this, I won't be highlighting goalkeepers on this video series, because if there's a slight chance a goalkeeper will play, their price is going to be high. There's no such thing as a budget keeper really in today's market for a quality starting goalkeeper. But with the players highlighted, you should be able to use a decent common keeper and still at those ETH thresholds, and then potentially save up with the prize that you win for your first rare keeper. If you already have a rare keeper, that's even better. So the idea is that these players will be able to get you around 50 points on average amongst your 4 outfield players. This will get you 200 points, plus add on top of that the percentage bonuses of your cards and your common keeper score, of course, and there's a high chance you could also reach the higher threshold payout. Now I bet you're thinking that it's hard for your players to score 50 every week. Well, they don't have to. If one player scores 70, then one of your other players can be excused for scoring 30 points, as that's still an average of 50 points between 2 players. The players highlighted have all the right statistics and history of good scores to hit those thresholds. They're also expected to start most games or are already seeing regular game times for the club. And the good thing is, they're available at a budget price. I'm highlighting their scoring history and looking at their prices on the market at the time of recording. Right, let's get into the first selection then. So in today's video, I'm going to be concentrating on the Champion America League. But I'm not going to be doing the MLS League, the USA of course. I will be saving that for another video series because there is a lot more teams in that obviously league that are on Sorare, so there's a lot more selections in that category. So in this video I'm going to be concentrating on Argentina, Mexico and Brazil. Okay, so they're the leagues that I've scouted for budget options. Obviously we know there's only a few teams in those leagues that are actually on Sorare, licensed on Sorare. So there is only a few selections in this week's video, but some very good selections nevertheless. So let's get stuck into the first selection then. So first up, I've gone for Mariano of Atletico Mineiro. He is 35, but that's probably one of the reasons why he is cheap. But look at his last 5 scores, 70, which is absolutely brilliant. If we look at his minutes here, as you can see, he's got a number of minutes here recently, getting loads of game time. There is a period here where he was potentially injured, but as you can see, is a regular starter in the current season in the Brazilian League. So let's have a look at his price then at the time of recording. So this was actually recorded on the 21st of July. So this is the day before the video actually went out on YouTube. So let's have a look at the cards then and see how much they are. So as you can see here, we've got one for £69, which is absolutely brilliant. 67, this is on the secondary market, of course. And this is this season's card, so there should be some more coming up on auctions as well. So it may be worth looking out for those. There's one here, look, someone picked one up for £66 14 hours ago, again, at the time of recording. But as you can see, for a guy who's getting some fantastic scores, Mariano is a fantastic option. The other good thing about the Brazilian League as well is that the midweek games, there's a lot of midweek games for the Brazilian League, and we know sometimes we don't always have a lot of cards for the midweek fixtures. So Brazilian players are good for that. They do play a lot of midweek fixtures. Okay then, so that's the first selection. So let's go on to the next one. And the next one I've gone for is Mariano Bitolo. 31-year-old, plays for Newell's Old Boys. And let's have a look at his scores then. So as you can see, he's got some fantastic scores here. And as you can see, he's also got some did not plays here. But that is because he has been injured, look. He has been injured for a number of, for a couple of months there, since March to May, so about 3 months he has been injured. So he was on the bench here, look, he's gradually made himself back into the squad, and he's actually played 90 minutes in the last game, which is fantastic. So he is expected to become a regular starter. Now he is back fit, as you can see here. And let's have a look at his price. You can also see that he was scoring some fantastic scores as well when he was fully fit. So let's have a look at his price then on the Sorare. 66 there, 67. That is absolutely brilliant. So as you can see, some very good bargains here for this player. Okay, that looks absolutely brilliant. Now there's an actual super rare here when I'm recording of £135, which seems odd. But yeah, these prices look absolutely fantastic for this guy who was expected to be back into the starting lineup. So one to keep an eye on for sure. So next up then, I've gone for Robert Rojas of River Plate. 25-year-old. Looking at his numbers, as you can see, he's got some fantastic scores here. Maybe drifted off towards the end of the season last season. But generally, he is going to score you these fantastic scores here. Now he's got a did not play here, and he's figured in a couple of games here, as you can see, but only played a few minutes. Now this is because he was playing for Paraguay in the Copa America, so it was obviously he's played a lot of football recently, so this probably explains some of these lower scores here. So he's got some only a few minutes there, but he has been playing with Paraguay, like I say, in the Copa America, so they're probably going to ease him back in, but he should be a first choice player once he does get fully fit and has a bit of a rest. So if we just have a look at his price on Sorare then. So you see there's one here for £52, which looks absolutely brilliant. 58, and again, don't forget you can put in lower bids as well on this guy if you want us to get a lower bid. But his general underlying stats and numbers look absolutely brilliant as well. These scores are obviously from the Paraguay matches, so I wouldn't worry too much about those. But he's expected to be a first team regular for River Plate. So next up then, we've gone for Diego Valdez. So this guy was injured for a number of months, as you can see here, but he did come back towards the end of last season and get some minutes for Santos Laguna in the Mexican League, and as you can see, he's getting some brilliant scores as well. He was also getting some brilliant scores before his injury, and I expect this season, now that he's had a few games towards the end of last season, to get back fully fit. I think he's going to be fully fit going into this new season with Mexico, which starts next week. And I think this guy is going to be a fantastic option. It's been on my radar for quite a long time now, really. And I picked him up when he was actually injured for a very, very cheap price. But I think the price that it's at today is still fairly cheap. Here's one, 134. These guys obviously know his talents, and they're waiting for him to potentially get a fantastic score in his first game back in the new season, and then hopefully sell him. Here we go, 128. That's brilliant. As a midfielder, don't forget. So midfielders tend to be a bit more expensive, but that price looks absolutely brilliant. And don't forget, you can put in a bid. So if you can get this guy for £100, that is an absolute fantastic bargain. If you go and look at his stats wise, they look absolutely brilliant. And as you can see from his scores, he's getting some fantastic scores. So next player I've gone for is in the Argentinian League, and that is Brahim Alaman of Gimnasia. So these obviously, as I say, is Argentinian League. He is 31 now, midfielder, and scores wise, you can see here he's got some brilliant scores. So he's expected to be a first team regular again for Gimnasia in the Argentinian League. So it does look a very good option there. Let's have a look at his price then at the time of recording, which again was on the 21st of July. And there's one here for £60. That looks a bargain, really, considering the season has just started in Argentina. £60 looks absolutely brilliant. So that one looks a right bargain at the time of recording there, look, and there's one for 100 here. So you can maybe pick this guy up for between £60 to £80, which I think would be absolutely brilliant for a midfielder who is capable of these high numbers. Look, he's got 100 there as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So next up on my radar is Fabian Ronaldo of Rosario Central, not to be mistaken with Cristiano Ronaldo. So he plays for Rosario Central as midfielder. He's 34 now. And now looking at this, you can see that he has been out. He's got a number of did not plays here, but this is because he has been injured. Just have a look at this. He is injured. Look, as you can see, he's got a number of injuries here for a few months now. But if we go on to sportsgamble.com and look at the injuries, as you can see, he's got an injury, and the saying is expected return is mid-July. So obviously we're up the 21st of July at the time of recording. So he is expected to be back anytime soon, though, than you would have thought. So he should be back soon. And as you can see, when he was fully fit, he was getting a regular 90 minutes as shown here. So I expect him to be another first team regular for Rosario Central. And if you look at these scores, look, when he was playing, absolutely brilliant. So let's have a look what sort of price we're looking at then for Ronaldo. Let's have a look. £10. £10 here. Well, I don't think that's going to be there when you guys see this, because I think I'm going to actually probably snap this guy up. I will have a look at some more news on him though. That does look a bit suspect that he's only £10. I mean, you don't really get that off very often, do you? But maybe this guy doesn't realise that he's due back soon and he will be first team regular. He's probably scared off by his age. But might be worth doing a little bit of research on Google on this, see if there's any information with regard to Ronaldo. But I would expect that he would get back into the team, as you can see from the stats here. Before his injury, he was playing 90 minutes pretty much every single game. So I can't see how that would change from an injury, which he is expected to be back from soon. So it might be worth looking up to that, maybe looking into that a little bit more on Google. Maybe there's been a recent, maybe his injury was worse than the thought or something like that. But it's worth having a look into that and just seeing if this guy is returning, because if he is due to return soon and he does start scoring these fantastic numbers, then it's going to be worth a lot more than the £10 that is shown here. I mean, this looks absolute bargain. So I'm going to be going away and doing some research on this guy after this video, and I'll potentially be snapping him up at that price. So next up is a forward and the last player, which is Keno. 31-year-old, plays for Atlético Mineiro in the Brazilian League. Scores wise, absolutely brilliant. As you can see, he is currently injured, as depicted by the injury sign here. And in terms of his return, it is expected back in late July, as you can see here on sportsgambler.com. He has got a thigh injury, but he is expected back late July. These scores, as you can see, are absolutely brilliant. And again, he plays in the Brazilian League, which is good for the midweek fixtures, and i.e. the midweek game week, where we're usually scarce for selections in terms of our SO5 teams. So Brazilian players are good in terms of that respect. So let's have a look at his price on the market then. This guy's a forward, so expect him to be a little bit more expensive than the general budget options. But there is one here for £138. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. Someone's picked him up 14 days ago as well for 101. That looks absolutely fantastic, I would say. As you can see here, 22 days ago, £182 when he was playing, and a month ago, £255. So this guy is only 30, is he 32 now? No, still 31. But it looks absolutely fantastic for this price. We're a forward as well in the Brazilian League. I think that looks a bargain. So I'm sure you'll agree there's plenty of options there to get stuck into. If you have any thoughts on today's video, then drop them in the comments below. And if you've watched previous videos, or if you haven't, check them out now. But if you did buy some of these players and they've played some matches for you since you purchased them, or any video, obviously players in the other videos, please let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear from you guys. And if you found this video useful, please do like the video as well, so that I know you want me to produce more content like this on my YouTube channel. There is some more videos coming up as well in terms of the budget options. We have got the Champion Europe to come as well still, obviously with the France, England, Germany, etc. leagues due to kick off again soon. And then I will be doing an MLS budget options video as well, probably in 2 parts, that one, and also a J League and K League video as well with budget options in those regions. Okay, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that now. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ping that notification bell so you get informed of any new videos, especially videos like this where people are potentially going to want to buy some of the suggestions. You can also follow us on Twitter now at Sorare Assist, and you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well now. And please also check out our free website, sorareassist.com. It's got some fantastic resources on there, including some of the resources I use in this video for looking at the players' minutes and looking at injuries as well. And if you've not signed up to Sorare yet, what are you waiting for? Use the link in the description below, sign up via that, and you will get a free rare card after buying your first 5 rares. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.